Alright, what's going on guys, it's Rest. In this video I want to go over the Devoted. If you don't know, this is a series I do on my channel where I take new, old, or recently buffed items and put up against today's current meta to see how they perform. If you enjoy it, find this video helpful in any way, consider subscribing and dropping a like. It's free, it really helps me out and I truly appreciate it. But if you don't know, the Devoted is a legendary SMG manufactured by Mollywan, and the red text to this weapon says, "This is your champion." Now if you want to farm for this, you're going to head over to the Pyro Stars. You're going to be looking for the Brood Mother. That is the enemy who drops it. So the legendary effect of this weapon is that it has an insanely high ammo capacity and the gun gets faster as you shoot it. So the way you want to use this is to constantly hold down the trigger so you can get max fire rate with this thing to do a lot of DPS. And when the game first came out, this SMG wasn't really used at all. There were other SMGs in the game that were just better, and throughout the lifespan of the game the gun really just hasn't had a spot. And obviously with mayhem levels increasing, the gun just kept getting weaker and weaker, like every other gun the game has. Now this weapon wasn't bad, so to speak, it just definitely needed some love, and Gearbox went out and did that, and they gave it a 275% increase in damage. That's a pretty big buff for a weapon that wasn't too terrible to begin with. So the question is, how is it performing now? And as you can see in the gameplay, it is absolutely melting some of these enemies on Athenas, but I will go on and say that that doesn't mean that this weapon is amazing or anything. The way this gun is melting these enemies is due to its just insanely fast fire rate and the high ammo capacity. But once you start looking into it more, you realize that, you know, you're melting these enemies, but you're using nearly half your ammo in the gun to kill one enemy. So kind of like the Magnificent, you have to constantly just worry about your ammo at all times because it takes so much ammo to kill one enemy, but you will melt that enemy very fast. That being said, that this gun will work very well on Moze due to her ammo regeneration, and the whole gimmick of this weapon is basically her whole character. But you can make it work on every single Vault Hunter, but I think you're just going to get the most benefit out of her. So if it's doing well against mobbing scenarios, how's it like against bosses? And as you can see on Captain Tron, it is not doing too well at all. It's really not doing anything, and compared to a lot of other weapons in the game, this is definitely on the very low end of the scale. But after seeing it on Tron, if we take it over something like the Guardian Takedown, you probably already know how it's going to be, and it's just tickling enemies. It really is struggling to kill some of these enemies, and clearly other SMGs in the game are just going to be way better. And not only is it struggling to kill the enemies, like I said, with the ammo capacity, you're also just eating through the ammo and you're not even getting a kill with it. So other SMGs in the game on higher end activities are going to perform way better, but this SMG will do you very, very well lower end activities, and if you're just trying to, you know, mess around and have fun. It is a nice buff to the gun, but like I said, don't expect to take this and melt the entire game like something like the Plasma Coil can do. Overall, if I had to rate this weapon, I would give it a 5 out of 10. It's okay at best. It's definitely not bad, and it's definitely not top tier. It kind of meets in the middle at that 5 spot where you can use it in some scenarios, but other stuff, you know, is going to be better. I would recommend getting this from the fun factor because just shooting a SMG at an insane fast fire rate is very, very fun. But that is going to do all for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.